Imagine coming home to find your family has sold your house right out from under you. Sounds like a nightmare, right? Well, for one person, it was a reality. But instead of getting mad, they got even in the most brilliant way possible. While they were away on a trip, their mother and sister decided to sell their home. The excuse to pay off the sisters' massive debts. They even forged a power of attorney to make it all look legitimate. Most people would have called them screaming, but not our protagonist. They discovered the betrayal by checking property records online and saw the forged documents. That's when the gears started turning. Instead of confronting them, they decided to set a trap. First, they quietly and legally transferred the real deed of the house to a holding company they owned. Then they created a perfectly convincing but ultimately worthless decoy title. This was the bait. They let their mother and sister go ahead with the sale, using the fake title. And who was the buyer? An employee from the protagonist's own development firm, who was in on the entire plan. The family thought they had pulled off the perfect crime. They collected the money and celebrated their win. The protagonist waited until they returned home to drop the bombshell. They walked in and calmly explained everything. They told their mother and sister that the house they just sold was nothing more than an empty title. The sale was a sham. But the crimes they committed to make that fake sale happen, those were very, very real. They laid it all out: fraud, tax evasion, and forgery. But that wasn't all. Remember those phone calls where the family plotted the whole scheme? Every single one was recorded. The protagonist had a complete record of their incriminating conversations, providing irrefutable proof of their intent to defraud. The family's faces went from triumphant to terrified. With a mountain of evidence, the protagonist filed legal charges. They explained this wasn't just about revenge. It was about stopping their family from ever betraying anyone else like this again. The law took its course, and soon the mother and sister were facing serious legal consequences for their actions. But here's the final mind-blowing twist. You might be wondering, where did the protagonist live now that their house was part of this elaborate legal battle? Well, throughout this whole ordeal, they had been quietly building an identical brand new house on the plot of land right next door. The house their family tried to sell was just a decoy in a much larger game. They didn't just protect their assets, they upgraded it. They built a new life, free from the toxicity and betrayal, proving that the best response to darkness isn't just to fight it, but to build your own light. What do you think of this epic story of justice? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories. See you next time.